So the first thing, I think they need to increase accessibility to formal training in peer review, and that includes both how to review manuscripts and also kind of bringing about that understanding of the editorial and peer review process. And just ensuring that researchers, early career researchers, recognise peer review as a kind of significant scholarly contribution and recognise it as the foundation of the publication system. Journals and their editors have a role to play too. We should encourage journal editors to be inviting more early career researchers to engage in peer review, thereby providing early career researchers with the necessary skills and experience to become the next generation of reviewers. And at the same time, this diversifies the reviewer pool.
I think there are 3 key strategies that can help to involve more ECRs as reviewers. First, information about peer review. Too often, ECRs are not aware of the different steps of the peer review process and, most importantly, how to become a reviewer. This can be done through events such as Meet the Reviewers, where ECRs are invited to ask questions to reviewers from different journals. The second strategy is that journals should provide specific training for ECRs on peer review and give them the opportunity to train by reviewing articles. Inspiration can be drawn from already existing programs like the one developed by Nature Communications. Third, peer review work must be rewarded. ECRs are incentivized to spend most of their time writing based on the logic publish or perish. As being a reviewer takes a considerable amount of time, this process should be acknowledged as a contribution to research.
Probably a bit of an obvious answer, but I think outreach and engagement is really just the most important thing. Peer review is often described as a bit of a black box. And I think the more people have to do with it, the less opaque it becomes, and hopefully the more confident to further engage with it be. I was really lucky actually to get onto the peer review mentorship scheme run by Sense About Science in collaboration with Nature Communications. So I was paired up with an editor and given a manuscript to work through. And it was really good for just asking the basic questions of kind of how the review process works, but also this kind of unwritten rules and etiquette of how to engage with it, which was really fantastic to just be able to speak to someone and ask them directly. A really big part of it as well was just the confidence boost it gave me. As is very common for early careers researchers, there's a big kind of imposter syndrome, thinking that how could I as a second year PhD student really contribute to this big peer review machine that I've heard so much about. But having been through it, actually, I got a huge confidence boost in just seeing how I could contribute, and actually it's not as scary as it seems, and it's definitely changed my attitudes towards it.